Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some Commonwealth communities are driving luxuriously after having their downtown repaved. And Tree Week ended over the weekend with the annual tree adoption.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 o'clock on October 16th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, it is such a Monday. We're seeing that rain out there, those cooler temperatures. Just makes me want to crawl back in bed.
I think a lot of folks would be like just trying to turn their alarms off this morning and just roll back over. Get up, get up. It's time to get going again. Listen, I didn't want to get up this morning, but that's okay. That's okay. We're up, we're moving. Just let's get going. So breakfast is on the way. All right, let's get the forecast going here. And you can take a side of water with your breakfast because we've got some rain out there this morning. So again, just be aware of that. Not as much in the eastern counties, but you can see a trough is pushing this in from the north this morning. So again, if the closer you are to, let's call it Hazard West, that's where you're seeing the heaviest bands of rain this morning. Pikeville got a little shower earlier, looking a little bit of wet roads over that way and a little cooler, but not too cold. 43 out there this morning, 30s in Southwest Virginia, and Monticello back down into the upper 40s. So we got 39 in Wise, 49 in Monticello. That is our range with a lot of mid to upper 40s out there this morning. Couple of 50s state and region wide, 50 Bowling Green, 51 Nashville, everybody else in the 40s this morning. So a cool start to this Monday. Fall is upon us. We're going to see those rain chances back and forth throughout the day. And of course, it's going to be a dreary and soggy day at times as we struggle to make our way into the low 50s for daytime highs. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon. A driver was taken to the hospital after crashing their car into a bridge on Saturday before 6 a.m. The Corbin Fire Department was sent to I-75 North near mile marker 26 for a single vehicle accident. Corbin Police and Knox County EMS also responded to the scene. The female driver was transported with non-life-threatening injuries. With October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, One Hazard store is spreading awareness and educating women while honoring those who have survived. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more.
Coming together to honor and celebrate breast cancer survivors, Hazard's Cato hosted an event to shed light on something several women face every day.
So today we are here to honor the breast cancer survivors and raise awareness for breast cancer. You know, we all know somebody that has suffered through breast cancer, so it's very important that we are here to show support to these women.
Cato store manager Melanie Taylor says it's important to provide the space for women to share their experiences while offering them resources.
The breast cancer does not discriminate, age or anything, so just knowing that, there are places you can go and they can teach you how to check for that and, help you along the way.
By passing out pamphlets and cool items, ARH Women's Health Nurse Navigator Kristen Hurt says it's important to spread awareness so folks can know what to look for.
Early detection is key, so it's very important to make sure that you're doing your monthly breast exams, getting your yearly screenings. 9
women were given tiaras, gift bags, and hugs for their fight in breast cancer.
It's our way to let them know that we're with them and that we know that they're fighting and that, we're here for them and that, we're praying for them, and if they need anything, that the Hazard Cato is present and we can help them any way we can.
In Hazard, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Hurt says it is important to do monthly examinations, annual screenings, and take care of yourself. Eileen's Flowers and Gifts, ARH, Breast Cancer, Mary Kay, O'Reilly's, and Walmart were among the sponsors of the event. Dozens of people walked across Jacobson Park on Saturday, raising awareness for breast cancer and celebrating breast cancer survivors. Celeste Henderson is a 4-year breast cancer survivor. Now she's walking to spread awareness. Celeste's annual breast cancer walk started in 2020 as a way to celebrate finishing her 20 rounds of radiation. Now she's telling people to be on the lookout if something feels different about their bodies.
You feel anything, if you notice something's not right, get a mammogram. If you're scheduled to have one, don't cancel it. I almost canceled mine. Thank goodness that I didn't.
Celeste says the goal for next year's walk is to raise money for breast cancer research. There have been a lot of roadwork signs across eastern Kentucky in the last few months, and now cities are beginning to see fruits from the labor. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox spoke to two mayors about recent developments that have been exciting for their communities.
A smoother drive through the city of Jackson has been a long time coming, Mayor Laura Thomas says.
This was paving that was contracted last year. A lot of things happened. The contractor got behind. Of course, we had the devastating flood, but many of our downtown streets that were set to be paved last year have finally gotten paved.
They could not afford to get every street paved yet, but city administrators did what they could.
We only get so much funding each year through the rural aid funds, and so we can't afford to pave every street in the city limits, but we try to do the ones that need it the most.
Not just streets in Jackson, but also here in Hazard, many roads across the town are freshly paved.
You know, going up over Town Mountain and the intersection down here at the bottom, and then from up at the high school all the way down past Long John Silver's.
Bob Bellini says more will be on the way too.
Then the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to do Gorman Hollow and Moore Street. And then we have 5 other streets. We have $90,000 more coming.
Bob Bellini credits state employees for their work in getting the roads paved. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Jackson Mayor Laura Thomas also says they have noticed more litter since the streets were repaved. She says they are asking the public to help take care of the roads. Richmond police officers hosted the second annual Faith in Blue event at the Real Life Community Church. Faith in Blue is an initiative that helps build relationships between the community and law enforcement. The goal is to use faith as a way to connect officers to faith-based groups in their own communities. Lieutenant Daniel Deaton with the Richmond Police Department says Faith in Blue events make it easier for the community to lean on officers.
We need to build that trust within the community and within the people that are trying to help us and protect us.
We work for them. They entrust us to make sure they live in a safe community, and that's our prime goal.
Officers also brought out their motorcycles and crime unit. One young artist is unveiling a new project in partnership with UK Healthcare, hoping to brighten the lives of kids staying at the hospital. Alyssa Williams was there to visit with 12-year-old Katie Carmichaels at her Pups of Color exhibit to learn more.
Any young artist can only dream of showcasing their work to a larger audience, but for 12-year-old Katie Carmichael, her latest pieces hold a special meaning.
Really, the reason why I created this is because I wanted to help help with other people. I wanted to help, kids, because I know that coming to the hospital can be really scary and just really jarring.
It's a feeling Carmichael knows well. Just before her 10th birthday, she was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, a bone cancer that led to extensive hospital stays at Kentucky Children's Hospital.
As I was staying here in the hospital, I noticed that the atmosphere was just really bleak and sad, and with all this fluorescent lighting, and it just makes things feel so sterile and so just unwelcoming.
Carmichael says art helped her navigate the tough time, and through a partnership with UK's Arts and Healthcare and Child Life programs, she was able to turn this passion into helping other patients just like her.
I thought that, animals and specifically the therapy dogs have always been a really good help, a great help for me when I was feeling down in the dumps in a hospital room.
Carmichael's Pups of Color exhibit displays several of the hospital's current and former therapy dogs. An 8-month-long project she hopes will impact patients for many years to come.
I have never thought about my art being displayed somewhere. I've never thought about, and this is bringing up so many new possibilities for me in the future. I'm just completely blown away, and I'm really excited for the people that want to change from the hospital, and here it is. It's right there.
In Lexington, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Carmichael says each of the Pups of Color paintings were modeled after photos of UK's canine counselors, some of who are still serving and some of who have crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. Tree Week in Lexington wrapped up Saturday with the annual tree adoption hosted at Gray Line Station. Trees Lexington is a nonprofit founded by the late Lexington City Council member Jake Gibbs. Visitors could pick from 40 different species and 300 total trees to take home with the intent of planting them on their property.
My late husband, Jake Gibbs, founded Trees Lexington. And very unfortunately, he passed away 3.5 years ago. And when I woke up this morning, I just thought about how much Jake would love that his vision is happening.
Courtney says seeing the people gathered Saturday with the promise of planting a tree gave her a sense of pride for her late husband's mission.
6:10, almost 6:11 here on this Monday morning as we track the skies with live pinpoint Doppler radar. We are scanning some rain out there this morning. A little bit light, but it is out there, so just be careful on some of those wet roads this morning on top of Pine Mountain, Whitesburg Mountain, US 119. No rain over that way yet, but they're at 40 degrees, so it is a cooler morning out there to be sure. 39 in Wise, 49 in Monticello, but everybody else kind of running in the low to mid to upper 40s in between. Day planner for today, rain chances off and on throughout the day, and even when the skies try to clear a little bit, it's still going to be cloudy and temperatures will struggle to get into the 50s. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, Israeli forces are making preparations for a ground war after last week's brutal massacre.